give a special nail addict shout out to Queen Miss Chris, April Shorty, Boot Creamy, and Nikki for being the first four to comment on my last video. Thank you ladies so much. I appreciate you all. Hey y'all, welcome back and welcome if you're new. My name is Sheena, and if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button, and let's go ahead and get into today's set. So I'm doing my middle daughter's nails today. We are doing some polygel nails, some hibiscus polygel nails. I've never tried the hibiscus flower, and I watched a few tutorials and I decided to give it a whirl. Well, she actually, wanted hibiscus flowers on her finger, so that's what prompted me, but I was really excited because I've never tried it. So I'm just doing the proper prep here. I did push back her cuticles. Now I'm going in with the ball bit, and I am going around her cuticle to remove any dead skin that may be there around the cuticle area. And this does actually help with lifting. So she had a little Vaseline on her finger there. She had to wipe that off, so I'm able to go in and remove that. When you start with a great prep, the reason why you're prepping is because you want to make sure the nails do stay and the nails last. So you want to take any extra oils, dead skin, anything of that nature off of your natural nail for better application. After I went in with the ball bit, I'm now going in with the mandrel and a sanding band, and I am just going ahead around the cuticle again to remove any further dead skin, and just lightly going over her natural nail to remove that shine from the nail. And today she wanted to try the duck nail, so I, off camera, did go ahead and size her up, and now I'm just using my Cora Sky Stick It glue, and I am just gluing them to her fingertips. After they're glued on, I'm now going in with a dehydrator and primer. I go in with 2 coats of the primer before letting it air dry and going in with the next step. So normally when I'm doing someone else's nails, I do take my e-file and just like rough up that tip, and I did it. But they always last. Their nails, my girls' nails, always stay on intact really well without me doing that, so I never really have to. It's kind of like a choice in my opinion. So I did not show y'all the polygel I was using. So for her nail bed, because it's going to be French tips for her nail bed, I'm using one of the landfill polygels that I did unbox here on my channel. It was like a brown series, so it had like different nudes and browns, and this one was like a very transparent type of nude, but I really liked it. So I decided to use this one for her nail bed, and her fingers are so itty bitty. I love doing her nails, is always a challenge, but I just put a dot of that onto her nail. I'm taking my polygel brush and some slip solution, which is 91% alcohol, and I'm just patting that around the cuticle, making it nice and flush, and then I bring it up a bit and just round it out into like a smile line type of situation. But again, just making sure that everything is nice and smooth, making sure everything is nice and flat towards the cuticle as well. And the beauty of doing certain polygels, I say this a lot, like this one for instance, if the consistency is nice and the polygel stays where it's supposed to, you're able to do multiple nails. So I was able to do all of her nail beds before having her give that a 30-second cure in the lamp. What I noticed with this Lampo, so it's really nice consistency. It does stay into place, but it also did shift as I was doing the nail beds. So you'll see me go back in on each nail up by the cuticle and kind of just place everything back down. So again, very nice consistency, but the longer it sits, it kind of shifts. Like it doesn't totally like run to where you have to chase it really, really bad. But I have noticed even doing my own nails, one video where it kind of did shift just sitting there a little bit. So you want to be mindful of what polygel you're using, the consistency of the polygel and all of that. I just like to kill the lamp time, so I don't really like going in and out of the lamp too much, especially with others. I know I wouldn't, I don't know. For me, if I'm doing others' nails, I try to always use a polygel with a very nice consistency so that we're able to get more done in a little time. So for the rest of the video, I'm doing my thumb off camera because it's repetitive, but I'm taking Savylon's black polygel. I got this out of their rainbow kit, which was so weird. So it came with all of the typical rainbow colors: red, green, yellow, blue, purple, and orange. But then they also added in this black as an extra. And I've used it before on my channel. For her, it came out a little darker. So what I noticed about black polygels is, like, let's say we're doing it on a longer nail, you have to use a thicker amount to make it really opaque and make it black, like, for sure. But with her nail being so short, the bead that I did apply was perfect. It still had a very tiny bit of translucence to it, but it was still very pigmented as well. So I just applied a small bead at the free edge, and then I am just patting it around the smile line area, trying to make sure that I do keep the side straight, keep the free edge as straight as possible, and just take my time and mold that around that smile line. I did have her curing the lamp for about 15 seconds in between each of the nails, just to ensure that the polygel didn't run, because this consistency of the Savylon polygel, well, this one in particular, is a bit runny. So with this one, it wasn't really possible to do multiple nails, because had I would have left it on like the index and then moved to the middle, I would have had to kind of chase it and kind of get it back in place. So just for safe measures, after every nail, I did have her go ahead and do a 15-second cure. So the nails last very good on her. She had an incident, though, unfortunately, this past week, where she got into an altercation with another student at her school, and she ended up just popping them off. But other than her having to pop them off for other reasons, very good prep goes a long way. These nails would have still been on right now, which at this point would have been like her 4-week mark, I want to say. She would have had the nails on. So they just really enjoy getting her nails done from me, because they last. Like, it's just like they applaud me and thank me so much for even trying this, because again, with 4 girls, if they all wanted to be into nails, that's a lot of money spent at the nail salon. And at the point of me starting nails, it was just me and my oldest that would go every 2 weeks to get our nails done. The others were a little bit younger, so they liked it, but not to the point where they wanted them done. But now they're in middle school, the 2 middle ones. And so, yeah, they're really interested now. And it is rewarding and it's nice. And of course, they have to be on their best behavior. Grades got to be up, all of that in order to get these beautiful nails. But it's always just such a joy to see the smiles on their faces when they tell me, oh, there's a nail set I want you to try. You think you can do it? And then I actually execute it for them. Man, their little faces just light up, and it really, really makes me proud to say that I'm able to do this, at least for my kids, if nothing else. So I'm just finishing up doing the same exact thing, and I do apologize about being out of frame. This was that 1 week. I think I did my other daughter's nails and posted the video, and I was really out of frame. But again, before this, it had been a while since I recorded anybody. I'm not going to say did anybody else's nails, but actually recorded anybody. But for hers, I was a little bit more in frame than the last one. But yeah, I'm just gonna let you, well, we're done with that. I'm just rambling as per usual and not even paying attention. So now we're getting into the hibiscus design. So for the design, I make 10 dots in a circle. And then I go back in, and I'm using Perfect White from Madam Glam, of course. Then I go back in and make a third dot on top of the 2 dots that I already created. And this was a very simple design. Like, I want to do me some nails on myself with this hibiscus flower because it's just really nice. And again, her nails are really small, so I have to like hold my breath and do this. But you want to pull from the 2 side beads, like inwards, like I'm doing here, and then you want to just take very small fine strokes in the middle to kind of, I guess, create the petal of the hibiscus plant. This was a really fun design to do. I enjoyed doing this. So for the nail design, I will be doing this on all of her nails. I did keep this first nail in real time just so you can kind of see what I did, the technique I used, and everything. And then the nail art brush that I did decide to use is my McCart nail art brush number 3. For me, the point on this one is really nice with fine lines. Then I take my dotting tool with some Perfect White and make a dot in the middle. And I leave that wet, and I'm pulling from it to make this extra piece on the outside. And then I'm taking the dotting tool again and making a few dots on either side of the little stem, and she'll give that a 15-second cure in her lamp. Again, in between each flower, she's doing a 15-second cure just to make sure everything stays into place. Now for this one, you're supposed to, all of the tutorials I watch, you should do 10 dots. So you're making 5 leaves for the flower. This one was a little short. I did 8 and 4 leaves, and it still looked fine. I just want to point that out before anybody try to come for me. I know that there wasn't 10 on this one. We did 8, and it was on accident. It wasn't on purpose. But again, her nails were so small. I had to erase this a few times on certain nails and redo it to try to get it to be, how I wanted it to be. But it was fun. I really enjoyed doing this design overall. I hope that everyone is having an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you may be. Hope your weekend is going well. And I thank anyone that is taking their time today to watch my video. You are greatly appreciated. If you always watch my videos, I appreciate you so much. But if you're watching now and you can hear me, make sure to place a like on the video before leaving, because that helps me out quite a bit. If you're new to my channel, welcome to the Nail Addict family, and I thank you so much for joining me on my nail journey. It means everything to me. I expect to have a lot of fun this year, do a lot of different things, and just see where the journey takes me. And if you've been subscribed, I love you guys so, so much, and I'm very thankful and grateful for each and every one of you that has been supporting me thus far on my journey. Y'all are thebomb.com. So she wanted like a pink accent in the middle of the hibiscus flowers, and I thought that was really, really cute. So we did go in with this pink from Born Pretty. It's from their pink gel collection, and I've used it so many times on my channel. I can't remember exactly which number I used, but I'm just going in with my brush and just kind of going over the middle of the flower just to give it a pop of pink on every nail, and then she'll give that a 30-second cure in the lamp. Then I'm going in with my Quartz Rhinestone Glue, and I am displacing a few dots on each of the nail because we're going to place some clear rhinestones on the nail. And I think it gave it the right touch. It was really, really nice. Just adding that pop of bling to the nails. Very nice and simple nail design. And then these were so cute. Like I said I don't like duckies because when I tried them on myself, they just were really wide and gross looking. But on her, they're actually really, really cute. Like this particular nail style fits her very, very well. I really liked how these came out. But once we got all of the rhinestones set, she did go ahead and give that a 30-second cure in the lamp. Also, I did file shape and buff off camera just to save time because we've seen me do it over and over, and I use the same technique, but they came out nice. So now I'm going in with a top coat and just top coating over all of the nails. Off camera, we do apply cuticle oil, and I'll be back in just a moment with the final look. And here is the finished set. Super, super simple and super cute duck Frenchies. But comment down below and let me know what you think of this nail set. And if you've made it this far into the video, I would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe. And hit your post notification bell so you don't miss any of my future sets. I thank y'all for joining me today, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Remember to be the very best you that you can be. And much love to you all.